You are not running away. You are running towards something much greater. Disappearing for the next 3 months is not an act of avoidance. It's a deliberate step toward mastery. Welcome to this journey into the depths of Stoic wisdom. We'll explore the transformative power of solitude and why every Stoic needs to disappear for a time. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they all taught the value of silence, isolation, and inner strength. And today, you'll learn why disappearing from the noise of the world is not a sign of weakness, but the ultimate test of your resilience, self-control, and fortitude. Over the next 3 months, you'll strip away the distractions, the chaos, and the destructive emotions that cloud your judgment. You'll discover the power of mastering yourself, and by the end of this journey, you'll return stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. Now let's begin. Number 1. Silence grants clarity. In a world consumed by endless chatter, you need silence to truly hear yourself. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." To truly embrace Stoicism, you must retreat into your own mind, and silence is the gateway. For the next 3 months, remove the external noise, the endless scrolling, the opinions of others, the constant interruptions. Only then will you hear the voice that's been drowned out, the voice of your inner wisdom. The world wants you to believe that productivity comes from constant motion, but real productivity, real clarity, comes from stillness. Imagine yourself as a sculptor, carving away at a block of marble. The beauty of your creation doesn't emerge until the noise of chiseling stops. In the same way, these months of silence will allow your true self to emerge from the chaos. When you eliminate the noise, you can finally hear what matters. Number 2. Solitude builds strength. Most people fear solitude, but as a Stoic, you understand that solitude is a forge where true strength is born. Epictetus teaches, "We cannot live better than in seeking to become better." And how can you become better if you're constantly surrounded by distractions? Disappearing for 3 months isn't about isolating yourself forever, but about giving yourself the time to confront your inner weaknesses. Think about the most resilient warriors in history. They didn't just train in front of crowds, they withdrew, tested their limits alone, and emerged stronger for it. Solitude is not about escaping hardship, it's about forging resilience. During these 3 months, your strength will no longer depend on the comfort of others. It will be born from the depths of your own soul. Number 3. Master the art of control. In Stoicism, mastery of oneself is the highest achievement. Epictetus said, "We must make the best of those things that are in our power and take the rest as it occurs." Disappearing for the next 3 months allows you to focus solely on what is within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your emotions. In everyday life, you're pulled in 100 directions, reacting to every little distraction. But in solitude, you control your world. Picture a monk retreating into the mountains for months at a time. They're not running from life, they're mastering it. They control their environment, their focus, their mind, and when they return, they do so with a sharpness that can't be matched by those still trapped in the chaos. Over the next 3 months, you will hone your ability to control the only thing that matters, yourself. Number 4. Distance breeds perspective. From a distance, everything becomes clearer. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." When you're entrenched in the hustle of daily life, problems seem insurmountable. But when you step back, when you disappear for a while, those problems shrink into their true size, just bumps on the road. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain. It looks immense, towering above you. But step back, move further away, and it becomes a small part of a much larger landscape. Your perspective changes. Disappearing for 3 months will allow you to step back from your challenges and see them for what they truly are. Opportunities for growth, not obstacles. Number 5. Mental clarity demands space. Your mind is like a room. When it's cluttered, you can't focus. When it's clear, you can see everything with precision. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your mind is constantly occupied with external distractions, your thoughts will reflect that chaos. But when you disappear, when you remove the clutter, you allow your thoughts to become calm, deliberate, and clear. Imagine an empty desk. With nothing in your way, you can work efficiently with total focus. Over these next 3 months, your mind will become that clear desk, free from distractions, ready to focus on what truly matters. This is how you build the mental clarity necessary to make decisions rooted in wisdom, not impulse. Number 6. Escape from the chains of expectations. Society is a web of expectations. Every day you are measured by someone else's standard, whether it's your family, your friends, or strangers on social media. But the Stoic knows that the opinions of others are chains that must be broken. As Marcus Aurelius said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Disappearing for the next 3 months is about shedding those chains. Imagine the weight lifted when you no longer live for others. For 3 months, you'll have no audience to perform for, no judgments to fear, no expectations to meet. You'll live solely for yourself, and in that freedom, you'll discover your true desires, your true path. This time is about liberating yourself from the need to conform and finding the courage to live authentically. Number 7. Strengthen your willpower. Through discipline, disappearing for 3 months is not an easy choice. It requires discipline, fortitude, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, but because we do not dare, they are difficult." By choosing solitude, you are daring to challenge yourself. You are daring to strengthen your willpower. Think of it like fasting. At first it's hard. The cravings pull at you, but over time you build resilience. You master the desire. Disappearing for these 3 months is a form of fasting from the indulgences of modern life, social media, constant validation, endless distractions. Each day you endure, your willpower grows stronger. By the end of these 3 months, your discipline will be unshakable. Number 8. Free yourself from destructive emotions. Stoicism teaches that we must not be slaves to our emotions. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you disappear for 3 months, you remove the triggers that fuel your destructive emotions, fear, anger, envy. In solitude, you have the time and space to observe your emotions without reacting to them. You become the master, not the slave. Take a moment to think about how easily anger flares when you're constantly exposed to stress, or how envy creeps in when you scroll through social media. Disappearing for 3 months is like hitting a reset button. You give yourself the distance needed to see those emotions for what they are, temporary impulses that don't define you. You'll return with a deeper mastery over your emotional landscape. Number 9. Transform knowledge into wisdom. The Stoics didn't just read about virtue, they lived it. Seneca reminds us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Disappearing for 3 months is about putting Stoic principles into practice. It's about moving from knowing to doing, from understanding to wisdom. During these 3 months, you will live the Stoic virtues, discipline, self-control, focus, not as abstract ideas, but as daily practices. Wisdom isn't gained in books or lectures. It's gained in moments of solitude where you apply what you've learned. This time will allow you to cultivate wisdom in your actions, so that when you return, you will not only know what is right, you will live it. Number 10. Reemerge unshakable. The goal of disappearing is not to hide forever, it's to return stronger, wiser, and more in control than before. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." After 3 months of solitude, you will possess an inner fortress that no outside force can breach. Imagine the soldier who trains in isolation, away from the battlefield. When they return, they are sharper, more focused, and more resilient than ever before. You too will return with an unshakable strength. The noise of the world will not disturb you, the opinions of others will not sway you, and the challenges of life will not break you. You will emerge as a true Stoic, ready to face the world with a calm, steady mind and an unbreakable spirit. Disappearing for 3 months is not an escape, it's an evolution. Over these months you will become more than you ever thought possible. You will silence the noise, strengthen your resolve, and master yourself. And when you return, you will not only have conquered your inner world, you will be ready to conquer anything the outside world throws at you. This is your time. Embrace the silence. Embrace the solitude. And in 3 months, you will re-emerge unstoppable. Good day.